So what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am David. On today's episode, I got to do a few routine maintenance things to the Kioti CK2610, and I thought, why not bring you guys with me so you can see the things that I do. If I'm missing something, or if I should also be doing something in addition to the things that you see in this video, please drop us a comment below. Let's all learn together. Also, I would like to say, for those who watch my channel, who celebrate the holiday, happy Thanksgiving from my family to your family. Hope you guys had a great time. Hope you ate all the food you could, had all the drinks that you wanted to, and all of those good and fun things, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't do a lot of filming this week. Actually, I did zero filming this week in preparation for the holiday, just getting the house in order, getting the things together, all of those wonderful things. Just a lot goes on for the holidays as far as food prep is concerned, and it's always a lot of fun, and it's a good time to be with the family. It's just a good time to play with the kiddos because they love this. You know, there's a lot of dough making going on, a lot of bread making, a lot of biscuit making, a lot of homemade apple pies, pumpkin pies, and the kids are now my oldest is at the age where he loves to try to play in it all, and I let him. You know, they're kids, and that's what they do. My youngest daughter. She's 18 months now, so she's kind of getting into stuff too. She's climbing all over everything. It's just simply amazing, and it's so freaking cool. And so things took a lot longer just because we allow the kids the opportunity to come and play with us and try to make stuff with us and try to stir the eggs and all of those fun things. So it's really cool. So I didn't do any filming at all, and I figured I would take you guys with me because I want to put out a video every single week. And I figured while I'm doing this, maybe I'll just show you guys the things that I do to make it a short, cool video, and also say happy holidays to you guys. Now, I'm getting this prepped up because it's starting to get cool out, so leaves are falling off all the trees and all that fun stuff. And I want to go ahead and start clearing some more of the property. We are on just under 7 acres here on our property, and we probably only got about 3 acres, maybe 3-ish acres cleared out. And so I want to grab the grapple bucket. I want to put some weight in the back. I'm going to use a box blade in the back and get the grapple, and we're just going to go through the shrubs and just kind of pull some of the stuff out. I'll show you guys a quick picture of what I'm talking about. So as you can see, this is right in the front of my property here, and you can see all of this stuff. Like all this stuff needs to start getting cleared out. We're just going to go in there to the shrubs and like overgrown bushes and stuff, and we're just going to go in there with the claw, hopefully just start pulling it out. Pulling it out is what we're thinking about doing there. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to really clear out because Shannon and I have been in debate on whether or not should we just rent ourselves a forestry mulcher and just level the land out with the forestry mulcher and just call it a day. And if we're going to do it with that, then I don't necessarily need to jump on the tractor and go ahead and pick all of this stuff out. But I'm a little antsy, and I don't know when we're going to do that, if we're going to do that or not. And I want to kind of just start getting some work done. So, like, if we get it, awesome, and whatever I haven't done with the tractor, we'll just do the rest, because I'm not going to obviously clear out 3, maybe 4 acres of that shrub with this tractor in a day. It's going to take weeks on end. A forestry mulcher, I've never actually operated one. I've checked out some YouTube videos on some guys operating them, and they're taking out like sizable, trees with these things, like and then backing up and going up and backing over them and all that fun stuff. And now I don't have a lot of sizable trees on the property, so in my mind, I feel like an 8-hour day in that with the forestry mulcher, and I could probably level pretty much everything that needs to be leveled. And that's talking out of complete unknowing, because I've never operated one, but just based on some of the videos, I'm like, all right, this is just thin little shrubs and stuff. So I would think that machine would eat this stuff alive. But so we'll see. So, but I'm antsy, and I want to get some work done with the tractor and just start getting some more of it done. So I'm going to prep the tractor for all of those fun things. But I gotta take the time. I gotta check the oil. These are the things that I do every single day every single time before I start my tractor, no matter what. Every single time within a 24-hour period. I want to say that. Like at the beginning of my day, if I know I'm going to use my tractor, I always check all 3 oils: the hydraulic oil, the gear oil, and the engine oil. Always check them. Always, 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 always. If I go to sleep and wake up the next day, I just check it again. Even if I just checked it the day prior, that's fine. But every single day that I use my tractor, the first thing I do is just to make sure it has oil. That is so very important. That's the first thing that I do. So let me show you guys where the actual locations are to check your oil. Right there, that's going to be one. That's going to be your hydraulic oil right there. That little orange tab. You pull it out, you make sure you got some on the dipstick. If you don't see oil in that dipstick when you pull it out, guys, you got to fill it up. You got to put some on. Your next spot, or my next spot that I would check, and this is in reference to the tractor, here we go. So you can see which way I'm going on this tractor in case you're looking to find yours, is right there. This is going to be right by my front tire here, my front right tire if you're on the tractor. This guy's next. This is going to be your gear oil. Check this also. You know, I can pull this one right here nice and easy while we're here on camera, just so you guys can see it. And voila. And you just want to make sure there's oil on that thing. You can already see mine has oil on it, but once again, I always check mine. And so just check your dipsticks. Make sure you have oil. If you don't have oil, make sure you top it off. You don't want to destroy such an expensive piece of equipment. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't want to destroy my expensive piece of equipment. If you guys don't want to check yours and don't care, that's your problem. So anyway, moving along, this is going to be the next one. This is going to be the engine oil. And this is one also that I check every single time. And it's your standard stuff right between those. It won't focus. Nope. Nope. Right in between those little notches, if you can see them. Just make sure your engine oil, look at your owner's manual to make sure where your oil levels should be and all of that good stuff. Somebody made a comment in one of my videos not too long ago and said, how do I keep my tractor so clean? So I'm going to give you guys my secret. How do I keep my tractor so clean? Dawn dish soap. That's exactly what I use, guys. And this is not a sponsored video or nothing like that. They're not paying me to say that. It's just what I use. And you know, that and a rag and some warm water, and it usually cleans up really well. And I say that to say this next, because after I check all my oils, and that's on a daily basis, like I said before, I can't stress that enough, every single time, every single day rather. The next thing you should do, or the next thing I do according to my owner's manual, check your manual for what yours says. And if I'm missing stuff and leaving stuff out, like I said, drop a comment below, let us know, is Zerk Fittings, or grease fittings, or however you want to call them. These little guys here, got to take a little grease gun to them, and you got to put grease into them. According to my manual, I'm pretty sure it says every 10 hours. So every time you go, 10 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours, you should be lubing these guys up so you don't break or snap or none of this stuff goes wrong when you're just not rubbing the wrong way and making those all of those fittings and stuff in there. All of these things loose and starting to wear the metal out and start breaking stuff. So according to the manual, every 10 hours. Now, I'm not saying I do mine every 10 hours. I have ticked up on the 13-hour mark. I'm like, uh-oh, I forgot to do those, and go ahead and get them done. I mentioned the cleaning part because when you do these, they tend to get messy, and you tend to start dripping oil all over the place, or dripping the lubrication. It gets all over the place. You want to take a rag, clean it up, and I use Dawn dish soap. Like I said, it's what works for me. Not a sponsored video. And then also, something to look out for, these screws. I've had a few of these bolts back out before. So when you're going around and you're doing this, take a look at some of these and make sure they're not backing out on them. Now, because I've had like 2 or 3 back out on me before, prior, I actually kind of do a walk around when I go to start my tractor in a cold start, especially like now it's starting to cool off a bunch. While the tractor is warming up, I actually walk around my tractor just to take a look at everything, just to make sure nothing's leaking visibly, make sure all my fittings are looking decent, make sure none of these things are backing up, make sure all my zip ties are still nice and tight. I know this about your equipment. Typically speaking, if you take care of your equipment will take care of you. And that's a typical thing that I take care of my lawnmower, I take care of my motorcycle, I take care of my cars, because that way things last longer, especially when you get into these $30,000 price tags. Like I'm not just gonna run this thing through the mill. Now I don't treat it like a princess either. This thing goes through the brush, through the shrubs. I got my first scratch on the hood over here. I was very proud of myself. Because I was going through some shrubs and the one thing just came and was like, and I was like, oh man, but it's a tractor, it's made for working. So I'm not trying to abuse it, but I don't mind if it gets a scratch or 2 or 3 or 4. It's gonna happen, it's bound to happen. So I don't mind those things, but that's how I keep it clean. That's how I keep it nice and clean with every time typically when I do these, take a little rag down, wipe all the grease and crap off of it. And during the summertime, this thing gets power washed, I don't know, maybe once a month. I can't say once a week, maybe like once a month. You know, if it starts looking all muddy and everything, I just go ahead and just take a power washer to it and just rinse it down. During wintertime, no, not so much. It's just too cold. Not doing it during wintertime. And so that's going to be that. I'm gonna lube up one of these things so you guys see what it looks like. Let's do that. So I use a standard. This is just your standard grease gun, nothing special at all. The lubrication I use, I actually get from my tractor dealer. I get everything from my tractor dealer. The oil, the hydraulic fluid, the gear oil. I get every single thing from them because I want to put into the tractor what they are using. I don't want no off brands or some cheap stuff. I know there's a lot of different hydraulic oils out there and gear oils and stuff like that. But I want to use what's made for my tractor and what my dealer is recommending because this baby has a bumper-to-bumper warranty and I don't want any reason for that warranty to be voided. So if something goes wrong, I just want to be able to take it back and say, hey, this broke or this happened. Can you please fix it? And hopefully they say, yeah, that's under warranty and we can fix it. And it's not like, oh, well, you used the wrong oil and this is why you destroyed this, so we can't warranty that. No, 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 no. I keep a document of everything that goes down on the tractor. I mean, they keep a documentation of all the oil and stuff I buy from them so we are all on the same page in case of a problem. Because at some point in time, I do expect there to be some kind of problem. There's always, you know, this is equipment, we use it, we abuse it, we work it hard. I'm sure something's gonna break at some point, and I just wanna make sure I'm on the up and up and I can get it fixed, and it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg to do. So let's lube up one of these fittings. It's very simple. Just gonna pop it on and pop it onto this guy. And squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So we can get you guys in a little bit closer. So it just pops on, you squeeze and squeeze. Now you guys can't see it, but in between here, you can start to see the oil, the lubrication coming out, and that's it. So you want to see some of that? You're gonna pop this guy back on off. So that's it for the Zerk fitting. That's how you do it. You squeeze pump until you start to see some of the lubrication flow out, or at least that's how I do it. If there's a different way of doing it or a better way of doing this, drop us a comment. Let's all learn together. Now, on my tractor, check your owner's manual. And if someone knows the exact number, drop us a comment. Let's learn together. I'm not too sure how many Zerk fittings on here. I think it was around 20 or 22 or something like that, not including implements, because like I do have Zerk fittings on, or grease fittings, whatever you want to call them. I do have those fittings on the grapple. The grapple also has some of those, but there's like 2 underneath. They're here, they're here. Oh, you can't see there, but they're all over the place. These Zerk fittings. I gotta find my manual. Because I actually follow the regiment and do it so much. I just hit them all up, and I go through a couple of these cans a month, but you know, it is what it is. It's a small price to pay to do it all. I'm not going to bore you guys and have you and go through every single fitting or nothing like that, because there's no real fun in watching me just go put grease in all the fittings. So that said, I'm going to lube these up. And then we're going to finish this project, and that's going to be it for this project, guys. I just want to get this guy ready because we're about to start clearing some more land out, or I'm going to try to clear out some more land. And also, I got a bunch of wood to move around. I think we're going to move the wood yard also. So check this out. Look what I found. One of those screws backed out. Like I said, you got to watch them because they will back out on you. I don't know how I missed that one, but hey, I'm not perfect. But that's what I'm talking about. So check out for those guys. Watch out for them. All right, so we got everything lubed up. It's looking the part. I'm very happy. I have to go lube up some of the implements though. The grapple still needs to be lubed up. It's just the grapple actually for me. That has to get lubed up. But when I put it on, I'll lube it then. I do encourage, take the time to do it. It's not that bad of a job. Just go through, hit them all up really quick. Pump them. I think I might be purchasing a battery powered one of those because I saw somebody else's tractor video. Man, I wish I could remember who it was. I remember I was watching somebody. Who was I watching? I don't remember what video it was. Doesn't matter. I was watching another tractor video, and and somebody had a battery powered one. I was like, oh. So I looked into it because I have a lot of Ryobi stuff, not promoted, but because I already have their batteries and I already have a lot of their stuff, I'm probably gonna end up getting a Ryobi one, just because I already have the batteries and stuff, and I've been using it for years. I don't have an issue with it. You know, some people may think it's crap, some people may think it's good, whatever. Also, that little bolt that I showed you guys that was out, because I've had a couple of these back out before, my dealer actually gave me a couple extra, so I actually have an extra one to go ahead and just toss one back in there, because it does happen. Now, fortunately, on the other side of that bolt, where the thing that's holding in, the thing that it is holding in, it has a safety on the other side too. So the bolt itself is just a double, it's a double redundancy, I want to say. It's just, you know, so if the bolt backs out, you still got that safety clip on the back. If the safety clip pops out, hopefully you got the bolt in the front. If you lose both of them, it's going to come off. Wherever that thing is holding on, it's going to come out. So anyway, the next thing I do is pop the hood, just check antifreeze, you know, blow out the air filter if it needs to be blown out and all that stuff. Now, I recently had, I have already done this already, so I actually know it's good and I'm not going to go through it. But because I just did this, I check it constantly. Like I said, when I check all my oils, you know, every day I check my oils before I start the thing up. I always check to make sure I got antifreeze. I always blow out the air. So I actually already did this because the tracker's in my shop and it's usually out on the back part of the property, either in the garage, either temporary garage or wherever the case is. I had to start to bring it here. So before I started my tractor, I already went through all of these things. Like, so I didn't lube it up. I was waiting until I got in here for doing the lubing, but I already checked the oil, already checked the antifreeze, already did all that stuff. So I won't bore you guys with the details, but those are things that I do also every single day that I start my tractor, oils, air filter, all of that stuff. And every 10 or so hours, I'm going to say 10 to 15 hours, I lube up all of the Zerk fittings or grease fittings, whatever you want to call them. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for this video. Nice, short, sweet video today. Not much really to really talk about there. If anybody want any more detail on this kind of stuff, let me know in the comment below. I will happily do a more detailed video if you want to see exactly where every Zerk fitting is, exactly what the antifreeze levels are, you know, exactly how to clean out the air filter. If that interests anyone out there, you let me know. Drop me a comment below. I happily do. I do these things all the time, so it's second nature to me. So I don't ever think to really record it, but I'm glad that I got to get a portion of this on film, because like I said, I still didn't do the air filter. I already did it all. But if somebody out there wants to see it and see it all done, just so they make sure they're doing their stuff right, or have something to reference it to, let me know in the comments below. I'll happily shoot another video where we go into a little more detail about it all. Other than that, I didn't really want to bore everybody with the standard stuff. Also, those are the things. These are the things that I do. And like I said before, if I'm missing something, check your tire pressures. I mean, I keep forgetting. Like, to me, it's a standard thing, but I forgot to say that also. Check your tire pressures. If it looks low, odds are it's low. Now, you know, whether you have loaded tires or nitrogen-filled tires or air-filled tires, just, you know, make sure your tire pressure is good. You know, your standard things. I feel like when I go and do my walk around and stuff like that. But if I'm missing something, or anybody wants to add on to it, or say, hey, you should do this also, it's good practice, you know, please drop us a comment below. Let's all learn together. I would love to hear your thoughts on these kind of things. And if you do something other than what the owner manual says, like, oh, I do this in addition, the owner manual doesn't say it, drop us a comment. Let me know what you guys do for your tractor, and, you know, before you start your tractor for the first time in the day, or what some of your maintenance things are and some of the things you should look out for. Let me know in the comments what you guys do also. Other than that, guys, we're going to wrap this video on up. That's going to be it. Once again, to those who celebrate the holiday, happy Thanksgiving to you, from my family to yours. And as always, guys, two things. Do not forget to take the time to enjoy what you do. And don't forget, work does not do itself. So don't be afraid to get out there and get after it.